Hey everybody, welcome to the Centaur Fragrance channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for visiting my channel. You've come to the right place for fragrance news, fragrance reviews, and so much more. So thank you, and if you do find that you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe as always, and hit that notification bell, of course. So let's talk about a unique fragrance, a very interesting fragrance. Before we do, I just wanted to say that maybe I should review more niche. Let me know in the comments below because I lean a little bit more that way. Of course, I'm getting into indie, but I just did a review of Dylan Blue as a mass appealing fragrance for just everybody, for maybe daily wear, and I lost some reviewers. So maybe y'all don't like Sauvage and Dylan Blue, or maybe y'all don't like designers at all. Let me know in the comments below because I'm here for you. So today we're going to be talking about niche fragrance, a fragrance that's not for everybody. It's going to suit a certain audience and certain people, and the best. Of course, with niche, that seems to be the way it always is. So you can get out there and find one you like just for you and have a distinctive smell, or you don't have to bother with high price tags. But let me know if you care about niche, special fragrances, expensive fragrances, perhaps more high quality fragrances. So this one brand is Floris, and this one's called Palm Springs. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Floris, Floris is a beautiful brand. They have a wide selection, or a growing selection, and their fragrances, although, of course, with niche, a lot of the time they are a little bit unique, these fragrances usually aren't too difficult or too hard on the nose. And I think that's because they're well blended, and Floris' style, their fragrances are just well rounded and smooth most of the time. So they're just a joy. But let's talk about the smell of this fragrance. Then we're going to talk about the projection longevity, the complement factor, and the price. But I will mention that, again, this is niche, so it's a little bit more expensive. But stay tuned. So, Floris Palm Springs, an interesting name. If you know about Palm Springs in the USA, it's a place, for very luxurious people, wealthy people. It's had a reputation throughout the years as a place of fancy cars, a place like Beverly Hills with people living it up, expensive parties, expensive taste, luxury, perhaps old school like Hollywood glamour. So I think that's kind of the feel that they were going for. That if you look up the history, the story behind this fragrance, they were kind of trying to recreate or capture that smell of that time. So this fragrance is going to be similar, it does a very good job of portraying that. What I get most out of this fragrance is almost like a unsweetened coconut vibe with like a white barbershop feel, but it's has a little bit of resin behind it, and it's a little bit airy, and I do find that it's a little bit dry, but it's not very dry at all, and it is very pleasant. So overall, this fragrance, this is another fragrance that's hard to describe. I believe there's a little bit of orris root in the dry down. It has some beautiful sandalwood in the dry down, but it has a unique feel overall. Now, if you like Reflection Man and wanted a more glamorous or perhaps more Hollywood feeling fragrance, perhaps a little bit more mature, I think that this would be wonderful to go for. And if you like Moschino Umo, like I do, and perhaps you've smelled that fragrance and said that's way too young, perhaps that's a fragrance for a baby, this is a fragrance for a man. So if you like that kind of smell and was looking for, a more mature version, definitely I would check this one out. So again, just a dry, kind of white wood fragrance overall, a white powder, a little bit dry, a little bit of a coconut vibe. It does smell a little bit resinous. It does feel like it has a little bit of a yellow floral going on, but it's a small amount. It's very well blended, so it never feels floral whatsoever. Projection and longevity wise, This fragrance is kind of a sleeper fragrance, but it's not like a massive sleeper. And what I mean by that is that when you can't smell it anymore after, an hour or two, other people can still really pick it up. Performance is solid though. I get a solid, 30 to 45 minutes of arm's length or more, and then it sticks around with good sillage, being a sleeper fragrance for as much as, 5 to maybe 6 hours. And for a softer fragrance like this, and for this kind of feel, kind of like a romantic charm, a little bit glamorous and soft, it does a really good job without being a sandalwood heavy fragrance, which I do enjoy those fragrances, but this almost has that kind of feel, but it's different. It definitely is it's a fragrance of its own with its own personality. So if you're a niche head, if this sounded interesting to you at all, I would definitely get a sample. I would say that if you like fragrances like Creed Viking, and you just like old school vibe fragrances that are high quality, you're not afraid of the high price tag, I'd definitely go for it. A compliment factor wise, wearing it about, I felt like I was underdressed. Even wearing nicer casual clothes, this felt like a suit and tie fragrance to me personally. But if you're old school and you have some really nice casual clothes, perhaps clothes from your travels, and if you're in the right kind of mood, I think that you could pull this one off. This fragrance isn't personally for me. This is another fragrance from my dad's collection, and he does enjoy this fragrance. He keeps this one. He's been selling just as much as I have, really, or more. And this is one that stood around. He loves his creeds, and he does love this fragrance. So I think that says something for the quality. So hope I'm not blabbering on. Hope I'm not, trailing on, wasting your time at all. But overall, this is a solid fragrance. I do hope that this gave it a little bit of attention. Just like Indie, this is a brand that doesn't get a lot of attention, especially here on YouTube. And this is a fragrance that I think this might be the only review on YouTube. So if this sounded interesting to you at all, I'd get out there and try this fragrance. If you wanted, again, something glamorous, something fancy, and something kind of easy to wear and romantic, man, this is a good fragrance. If you like Nye's 10 Gold, I think that this perhaps puts it to shame. That this is perhaps a better alternative, and it's cheaper than Nye's 10 Gold. If you're in the niche world and you know about that fragrance, so let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what you think about this fragrance, this brand. Let me know if you've heard about it. Let me know about what old school high quality fragrances you love, even if they're vintage, even if they're a designer. Let's get a conversation going. I do think that this fragrance deserves some attention. So thank y'all for being here today at the Centaur Fragrance channel. If you stuck around, to this point, please, give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. This has been the Centaur Fragrance channel, and don't forget to wear what you love. And I'll see you. Bye.